Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm filming for the first time on my brand new camera. If you guys watch my vlogs, you will know that I got a camera from Dan's grandfather, and this is it, and I'm recording on it, and I hope the quality is noticeably better. If I keep looking off to the side, I'm gonna try really hard not to, but I can actually see myself while I film, which is new, and I'm having fun with it. For today's video, I wanted to tell you guys some of my dreams that I have. And I have some really, really crazy dreams. And I'm not talking I ate bad pizza the night before and dreamed this wacky dream. I'm talking every single night, regular basis. I don't know if anything influences it at all. My brain is just crazy dreams. Several years ago, I actually started writing them all down in a journal here, and I have little tabs of all the dreams that I want to say. I'm not talking about all of these because this video would be 7 hours long. But I started writing all of them down in a journal and realized very quickly that writing them down, not only did I remember more details from that particular dream, but I also started remembering all of my dreams better, whether I wrote them down or not. Now, I have figured out that if I go too long between writing down dreams, I do stop remembering the details as much, so I'm trying to keep in the habit of writing down a dream at least once a week to keep me in the habit of it, so it keeps my brain sharp and I'm able to recall everything more. I thought it would be fun to bring you guys along to see just how crazy my brain is on a regular basis and share some of these dreams with you. Also, I'm realizing with my ring light, I look really pale. Like, I promise I have a tan, a little bit of one, it's just clearly not translating to my face because my face is white. Alright, so the first dream I wanted to share was back in June of 2014, which is right around the time that I started recording my dreams. And this is when we first moved to Charlotte and we were getting settled in, and I had a fish tank, and some of that information translated into my dream. So in this dream, we were in the apartment that we really lived in Charlotte, and I was busy working on decorating the fish tank that we really had, but in my dream we also had it. And I remember having a few extra little decal pieces than what I had in real life, and according to my dream, I had way more neon tetras than I really had as well. In real life I had 5, and in my dream I remember having at least 10. But then I also recall, while busying myself decorating my little tetra paradise, I recall having to stop decorating my tank to call the Ghostbusters because slimy green ghosts were popping up all over the city. And no, I had not watched Ghostbusters at any point around that time. So that dream was a little strange, but for the most part, like, it's a dream, it's supposed to be weird, whatever. This next dream was the very next night, and it's way longer, way more intense, and way darker. It says, we were being hunted. I don't know each person that we were with, but I do remember myself, Dan, my husband, my mom, Jill, my little sister, a very young boy who was very smart, and several other people. I don't know why we were being hunted, but that we must have done something to upset these people that were hunting us. It says they would capture us and have us all tied up in a large room. They would bring one of us to the center and discuss how to kill us. The room that we were in was kind of like a huge courtroom that was really open, no chairs or anything in it. So these guys that kidnapped us were clearly taking great pleasure in this whole torturous, plotting how to kill us in front of us act that they were doing. And they had taken a couple people into the middle of this large room and killed them already. And then they took this little boy, who was super smart apparently, and they had him in the middle of the room, and they were talking about how to kill him and different methods that they could use. And then the little boy interrupts them, and he begins explaining how poor of a tie job they did, and shows that he in fact had completely untied himself while they were talking. And he was apparently so clever that he somehow also untied all the rest of us? How, I don't know, but he did, because he's smart. So these men freak out and all rush at this boy to kill him, and the rest of us book it to get out of there because the guys did not notice that we were all untied as well. So this little kid sacrificed himself to save our lives, and we all run out this side door and are suddenly in a grocery store. So we all start running and hiding behind items on these shelves to avoid them finding us, and they eventually capture us all again. Not because they found all of us, but because they found a few of us and threatened to kill those people if the rest of us didn't come out. So we all get captured again, and this time they bring another man who was in our group to the center of the room and start tying him up. And while they're tying him up, he disappears. Just completely gone, vanished without a trace. So our kidnappers are clearly terrified, and then they start getting really violent. And this guy who just disappeared out of nowhere reappears again out of nowhere, but this time he looks like a werewolf. And I actually wrote down in here that he looked like a werewolf with a fearsome face and white fur. So add that to your little visual that you have going on right now. And he kills one of the guys on the spot, and the rest of them run, like fleeing for their lives, afraid of this beast. After these men ran, the werewolf came over and untied all of us, and we all ran. And these guys kept hunting us, but one by one, this werewolf who was in our group would kill them off, and eventually we were free. So that was dream number 2. It was really dark. I don't know why so many of my dreams are this dark, and I promise people aren't dying left and right in my brain all the time. Like, I'm not a psychopath or a sociopath, I promise. To prove that, I will tell you about the last dream I'm going to share in this video, and this one is about as long, but very, very, very lighthearted compared to the last one, which honestly most dreams would be. And also very true to dream form, it was all over the place. So this dream started out, I was at my mom and Jill's house when we still lived on our farm back in the country. And we were all looking through different colleges for me to go to. I guess I was planning on going back to school. And I kept looking at all of the lower class colleges because I thought that's what I would be able to get into. And I remember Dan saying, you should really start looking at some of these higher class colleges because you'll be able to get into them just fine. You're a B average student. So then the scene changed, and Dan and I are back in our apartment in Charlotte. And we hear a knock at the door, so we answer it, and it's the FedEx guy delivering some packages. Dan asks if our printer came, and the FedEx guy goes, no, but you do have a few other small packages. So the scene changed again, and this time we were back at my mom and Jill's house, sitting down, and I was opening one of the packages. And inside of it was this huge textbook and other information on archaeology and dinosaur digs, which I think is really, really cool. I would love to learn about that. So then, Mom Jill and I go sit in the living room. My mom proposes that I buy the cows that she owns, the little mini cows, but leave them on the farm for her to keep, just so she can have some extra money. And I remember getting really upset with this and being like, that's so rude of you to ask. Why would, like, why? So I get really upset and I get up and I say I'm going home, but instead I go into the kitchen to look through the cabinets, as you do. So I open up the fridge and start digging through there, and I find this 10-pound bag of peanuts and coffee popsicles and a Walmart bag filled with all sorts of candy and a kitten. There is just a fluffy kitten sitting in the fridge staring at me. So I lean over and I go, hey, does anybody know there's a kitten in this fridge? And my little sister Jill just strolls in and glances over all nonchalantly and goes, oh yeah, I put it there. And then I woke up. So that's all of the dreams that I have for you for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know, because I have a ton more dreams where that came from. with some other crazy stories, and I would love to share some of them with you. Let me know in the comments, actually, if you guys have had any strange dreams, and if you want to share them, by all means share them. I want to know that I'm not the only one that has these crazy dreams. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any new videos that I post. It's just that little red button right below the video there, and hit that little bell right next to it if you want to be notified whenever I upload. I upload every Sunday with a new vlog, and most Wednesdays. I've not been great about hitting every Wednesday, but I'm working on it. Have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye! I went to Petco to see the saltwater fish and found that the starfish were actually freshwater. They had a normal starfish and also some more exotic types, such as a chocolate swirl birthday cake starfish and other starfish of that sort, when in reality, Petco had a chocolate chip starfish. Fascinating.